The 42nd presidential election in American history took place on November 4th, 1952. Oh, brother, Harry Truman managed to get the country into another war, but now the United States was better thanks to a position that Harry helped start called the League of Nations. UN forces by 1950, a war was being fought. Truman called it just a police accident, but today we know it as the Korean War. Truman's popularity declined the longer it continued, so much that Truman hesitated to run for re-election. He cautiously proceeded, though, trying to talk Adlai Stevenson, the second into run. Stevenson was the governor of Illinois and the grandson of former Vice President Adlai Stevenson I, and the populist Estes Kefauver became a leading candidate for the Democratic Party. After Kefauver upset Truman in the New Hampshire primaries, Truman dropped out. Kefauver continued to win many fights, but people within the Democratic Party thought he was too much of an outsider and therefore could not be trusted. Kefauver was the early favorite, but eventually the party's rise was able to convince enough people to support Adlai Stevenson, who finally was like, alright, fine, Ellen, sure. They nominated Joseph Sparkman, a senator from Alabama, as his running mate. The Republicans had a four-way race. Dwight David Eisenhower, the World War II hero general, had finally been persuaded to run for president, and he had three familiar opponents, Robert Taft, Orphan Vanderbilt, and Warren Stassen. But because Orphan and Howard Stassen only won the primaries in their home states, really it was more of a two-way race between Eisenhower and Taft. Both Eisenhower and Taft were neck and neck. Heading into the convention, everyone knew it would be one of those two. But Taft's campaign got accused of silencing Eisenhower delegates in the South. Whether true or not, this ended up hurting Taft. And then Eisenhower nearly came out as the winner, with Richard Nixon, a senator from California, as his running mate. Eisenhower was extremely popular, thanks to being a war hero, and he drew huge crowds. He even had a catchy slogan, I like Ike. Stevenson drew huge crowds too, but he became more famously known as an egghead. This was the first time television ads would dominate the election. Toward the end of campaigning, Eisenhower announced that he would look at ending the Korean War and bringing the troops home. And here are the results. Dwight David Eisenhower easily won, becoming the 34th president in American history. Promising to bring the troops home from Korea, provided the final boost he needed to kick butt. He received 444 electoral votes and won 51.3% of the popular vote. Adlai Stevenson II finished with 89 electoral votes, getting 46.3% of the popular vote. Richard Nixon became the 36th vice president in American history. Ike did well everywhere except the deep South. This was the first one in which a computer predicted the results.